Привіт, I'm Chuck Olinik. I'm a Ukrainian-American, baptized with the name Yaroslav, which is also the name I use in the historical reenactment group, the Society for Creative Anachronism. I've been doing research on Slavic folklore and mythology and history for decades, and of late I've decided to make videos and put them up on my YouTube channel to kind of share my information. Well, one of the things that I've been going through lately is folk tales, and comparing them, and you'll see similarities. Well, I just told a story about grandmother Snowstorm, and it was based off of a Ukrainian folk tale. Well, I found a Russian version, and the folk tales are very similar, and that's kind of a thing that you notice with folk tales is they fall into patterns, and you have to kind of think about the source material and where what people are doing is they're sitting in an izba, that's a Russian hut, or a chata, Ukrainian hut, sitting by the peach, the oven, telling stories to pass the time. Well, here it is. It's winter. The solstice happened a couple of days ago. Actually, today's Christmas. And I thought I would share a Russian version of the story called 12 Months. Who would tell us of the things of old, and of the things that have been, of the girl who was aided by the 12 months? Once there lived an evil, greedy woman who loved her own daughter and hated her virtuous, hard-working stepdaughter. On a very cold day in January, she sent her poor stepdaughter to the forest to pick snowdrops for her stepsister's birthday. But the snowdrops aren't even blooming yet. They won't be blooming for another 2 months at least, cried the girl. The stepmother said, I don't want to hear about it. Get out there and find them, and don't come back until you do. Since the girl had no choice, she started walking through the frozen woods. She walked further and further and got colder and colder. But there wasn't a living thing to be seen. The wind began to blow, and the snow began to fall. Suddenly she came out into a clearing where she saw 12 men, from very young to very old, dressed in rich clothes. They asked her why she was out at night in the forest during a snowstorm. She bowed politely to them and told them that her stepmother had ordered her to pick snowdrops for her stepsister. The 12 months felt sorry for her and decided to help her. January, who looked like a very old man, took his cane and hit the ground with it and chanted a spell. Around them, that cold first month of the year passed by within seconds. He then gave the cane to February, and the same thing happened. Then the cane went to March, who made flowers spring up all over the glade. The girl picked great armfuls of tender spring flowers and put them in her basket. When she returned home and told what had happened to her in the forest, the jealous stepmother sent her own daughter to the glade to ask the 12 months for berries and mushrooms and apples and cucumbers. The girl found the glade and the 12 months around the big fire, but this daughter was rude to them and did not get anything. Instead, January waved his hand. She was buried in thick layers of snow. Her mother tried to find her, but was also frozen to death. The kind-hearted stepdaughter lived long and happily. In May, she had the freshest flowers in her house. In June, the best berries. In September, the best apples. People said that the 12 months visited her regularly and always gave her their blessings. It was at the feast I heard this tale. There it was, I drank mead ale. Though it flowed down my beard, my mouth stayed dry, for never a drop passed my lips, swear I.